Hi everyone, my name is Megan Collins. I'm the research coordinator for CureGRIN, and today I'm accompanied by Dr. Roche. Dr. Roche, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Katherine Roche. I'm a senior investigator at the National Institute of Neurological Disorders and Stroke at the National Institutes of Health. So I'm on the main campus in Bethesda, Maryland.
Thank you so much for joining us today. So we just have a couple of questions to highlight some of your research. So what are the key takeaways from your research?
Right, so I'm a basic researcher by, historically we've been studying NMDA receptors for over 20 years. And just in the last 10 years, it's become clear that there are genetic rare variants that occur in people that lead to neurodevelopmental disorders in some cases, and thus my involvement with the GRIN Foundation, the CureGRIN Foundation. And it's very exciting that we are able to bring to bear on the research our history and our expertise in working with these receptors. So, yeah.
Perfect, thanks so much. So our next question is, what questions will your research help answer about GRIN disorder?
So GRIN disorders are caused by de novo mutations in NMDA receptor genes, GRINs. And there's a lot of different ways in which a protein cannot function correctly. There could be gain of function or loss of function. And this could be the way the receptor behaves at a synapse, or in my case, what we study is how the receptors are targeted to the synapse. And most often for GRIN disorders, at least thus far, what we found is they're typically loss of function. The variants cause loss of function so that you have fewer receptors at the synapse. So you're going to have less functional activity for NMDA receptors.
Definitely, that makes sense. So our next question is, what are you most excited about for your lab in the future?
Yeah, I mean, it's just such an exciting time. I think that, it's really, I don't want to overstate it, it's thrilling to be a scientist right now because you have so many layers working on some of these problems. They can really bring different expertise to bear. So you have clinicians, you have geneticists that are identifying these rare variants. You have people that study, as I said, the receptor function at the synapse. There's people like me that have studied for decades how the proteins move around the cell. And then you come up with the evidence that this is an important clinical question, and all of a sudden we can jump on the same question. So it's just a very exciting time. And like I said, I'm very excited that our research might be informative, that we can learn more about the receptors and how they behave normally, which has historically been what we've been interested in. But of course, even more importantly, that we might be able to improve the human condition and make some real impact in how therapeutics can be developed. That's really exciting.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for spending time with us today, Dr. Roche. We really appreciate learning about your research, and I'm sure it's going to be super informative for our families. Thanks so much.
Okay.